Les Lunettes de Papa. My dad is scary. Picture a man who wears a suit, a tie 6 days a week, is always on the phone, usually yelling at someone because they didn't do what they were supposed to. He worked out very early in the morning, went to work, and came back after dark about 6 days a week. On Sundays, he wore sweats and didn't start his days as early, but that didn't stop him from going into work. He also traveled a lot for work. He was gone almost every 2 weeks for a few days. When I was about 7 years old, my dad started a project in another city. He was overseeing the construction of a skyscraper. The car rides were about 4 hours each way. One evening, my dad, as usual, got home at 7 p.m. after everyone had finished dinner. My parents sat around the dinner table and talked about their days. My siblings and I joined for a bit, but we didn't stay too long. I mean, who'd want to hang around this scary person? I went into the next room to do my homework. That evening, it was math. It was going well, and then I got stuck. I didn't understand. I remember the teacher earlier that day explaining the concepts. Piqué, crochet, intervalle, piqué, crochet, intervalle. The words kept playing in my head like a broken record. Looking back, it seems easy now, but yeah, it didn't make much sense to me then. I thought of my dad in the next room. I probably should have been scared to bother him, but I guess I didn't think much of it. I was about 7 years old, and I really wanted to make sense of this math. I walked up to him with my textbook and asked him to walk me through it. He was squinting, trying to read my textbook. Watching him, I thought it was both funny and intriguing. Tu ne vois pas? You can't see? I remember asking him as I watched attentively. He didn't answer. He took his time and used different approaches to explain it to me. He drew on pieces of paper. That didn't work. He pointed to tiles on the floor, but he kept saying the same thing as my teacher. Tu as deux piquets. L'espace entre les deux, c'est un intervalle. I was determined to get it. I kept asking more and more questions. My dad got up, went into his bedroom, and came back wearing his glasses. All of a sudden, something changed. He was more alert. That's when I realized he really needed them to see. Up till then, I didn't fully understand how bad his prescription was or that he absolutely needed them to see properly. In that instant, he became a bit less scary to me, less powerful in a way, and more of a human who, like everyone else, wasn't perfect, had flaws. I kept asking questions until I was able to understand the concept and do my assignment. To this day, my dad reminds me about my perseverance. But also, this story reminds me how attentive and loving he is. Even though he had a long day and had a hard time reading, he was willing to help, putting his needs aside to listen and help to the best of his ability. After I discovered this about my dad, it unlocked something both of us and my siblings hadn't quite figured out yet. From that moment, whenever they wanted something from my dad, they would push me into his room and have me ask for them, even though I was the youngest. But then I got smart. I'll walk into my dad's room. I'll get his attention. Papa, oui, he would respond turning around. I'd point to my siblings and say, il veut te dire quelque chose. He wants to ask you something. We would both look at each other and laugh because he'd immediately get what was going on.